Thank you for tuning in to RONYTV podcast local news and international news. Let's begin. Amazon won a case against the operators of more than 75 fraudulent websites that marketed the sale of fake reviews and fake Amazon seller accounts. The court's ruling ordered the transfer of ownership of all related domains to Amazon in what represents Amazon's most extensive website seizure action to date. Let's continue. Canada joined the United States and 12 European allies in condemning what they said is a growing number of state threats by Iran's intelligence services against people abroad, including dissidents, journalists, and Jewish citizens of their countries. In the UK, Shera Watkin, a 21-year-old transgender woman, was accused of hiding her gender from the man she was dating. She was convicted of sexual assault. These events had a significant impact on the victim's mental well-being. The Crown Prosecution Service said that during their first meeting, the defendant told the man that she was menstruating and therefore he could not touch her below the waist. More news. In Orlando, the state of Florida executive branch has decided to remove the crosswalk in tribute to the victims of the 2016 Pulse shooting. Politicians, survivors, and organizations are denouncing this as an act of treason. The memorial was dedicated in 2017 to honor the 49 people killed by an attacker at Pulse on June 12, 2016. At the time, it was the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. The FBI raided the home of John Bolton, Donald Trump's former national security advisor. The raid was part of a national security investigation into classified documents. John Bolton is being held captive by the U.S. justice system. Federal agents conducted a search of his home in Bethesda, Maryland. The operation is part of a national security investigation and aims to determine whether he illegally shared or withheld classified information. The UN officially declared famine in Gaza, the first to hit the Middle East after its experts warned that 500,000 people were in a catastrophic condition. There is no famine in Gaza, Israel said, categorically rejecting a UN report that reached the opposite conclusion, portraying the study as biased. The head of the United Nations Humanitarian Affairs Coordination Office, Tom Fletcher, accused in Geneva, "This famine will and must haunt us all." More news. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un held a ceremony to commend his soldiers who fought in Ukraine alongside Russia. It was an opportunity to remember those who lost their lives there. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un received the commanders of a unit that fought for Russia in Ukraine's Kursk region, calling them a heroic army and awarding them military distinction badges. We continue. Meta has shut down an Italian Facebook group of nearly 33,000 men who were sharing intimate photos of their partners without their consent. More than 1,000 complaints have been filed, and the case has sparked a major societal debate in the country. A month after announcing the creation of the America Party, Elon Musk is stalling. The billionaire prefers to preserve his ties with Vice President J.D. Vance and avoid alienating Donald Trump and his Republican allies. Jill and Joe Biden's daughter has filed for divorce from Dr. Howard Krein, ear, nose, and throat, doctor with whom she has been living for 15 years. The decision comes as a relief to the 40-year-old. More news. New York authorities have been able to put names to the remains of 3 victims of the World Trade Center attacks, which killed nearly 2,500 people in the city in 2001. Nearly 24 years after the terrible attack on the World Trade Center, they are Ryan Fitzgerald, a man from Floral Park, New York, Barbara Keating from Palm Springs, California, and a woman whose family wished to keep her identity confidential. Their identification is based on cutting-edge DNA analysis and patient liaison work with the families. We continue. 2 people buried 1,300 years ago in Britain had West African grandparents, a DNA test finds, in a discovery that rewrites the history of Africans' integration into medieval European society. Archaeologists tested ancient DNA from skeletons found in 2 7th-century graves in Kent and Dorset on the south coast of England. The archaeologists were perplexed to discover that the remains of one woman and one man shared close genetic similarity with present-day Yoruba, Mende, Mandenka, and Esan groups from Sub-Saharan West Africa. The DNA match, published in a study in the journal Antiquity. Uganda has agreed to a deal with the United States to take deported migrants as long as they don't have criminal records and are not unaccompanied minors. The ministry said in a statement that the agreement had been concluded, but that terms were still being worked out. We have a statement of Nicholas Opio, human rights lawyer in Uganda. Let's listen to the audio.
Human exchange for mutual benefits between Uganda and the US is a deeply political matter. For the US, they are dealing with an inconvenience in their country. For Uganda, they're trying to position themselves to go back in the good graces of the US following adverse actions by past US administration towards Uganda as a country and Ugandan officials in particular. So this is really politics at play. Unfortunately, it has human lives involved in it, and I think that it is really sad.
Stay tuned to Padnet TV. Dondon 604 editorial is next.
When I was 6, I had one thing on my mind. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball every chance I could. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to learn the signs of a stroke fast. F-A-S-T.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke. F-A-S-T. Fast.
Thank you, people, to tune in to RONYTV podcasts. I'm your host, Don 604. Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you to join me. And also, if you're watching with your smartphone, you're listening, at the same time too, and also on your smart TV. I'm really glad to have you on board. So most likely this will be a wonderful day. And let me go ahead and tickle you guys. If you don't like my sauce, find yourself another sauce. So basically, what is RONYTV podcast? It's a recap of the news, in the community and what's concerning all of us. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like the sauce, if you don't like the way I'll put that, if you don't like the way I give you the news, please don't waste your time. Go to another channel. But this is the best channel. I have footprint. More than 20 years, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and let's go ahead and give a shout out to Padnet TV, the hub, and all the people involved, the back end, Sergio, Kyle, everybody who's been involved. So if you want to be involved into producing, broadcasting, recording, have your own podcast, like RONYTV podcast, you have to go there. You have to be a member, and they're located in Long Beach, 117 West Victoria Street in Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? So go there. If it was not for them, I will never be on the air. That's the way I see it. You know what I'm saying? So it's because of them I'm on the air right now. And also you will have a chance to network. You will have a chance to learn new skills. You will have a chance to, to output your production to a next level. So that's being said, let's go to a quick commercial and we come back with more news. Stay tuned to RONYTV podcast on Padnet TV, the hub. Thank you, people, to tune in again to RONYTV podcast. So yeah, what's happening on the news? So yeah, we had a really all the time fresh news for you guys, and I always keep up with the best. But again, I don't know if you heard about that guy, Lil Nas. So apparently he was walking, almost naked with with the underwear, and he mentioned he's not guilty, and that's what it is. He's got 4 felony counts. He said 3 of battery on a police officer and 1 on resisting arrest. So that's what it is. So, wow. We know artists, I guess, taking taking drugs, to enhance their production. I don't know if it's still the same. I guess it is the norm. I don't know if it's the norm, but that's the for me that's no good. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to avoid the drugs. So to put you in another level and another state of mind. What do people think about that, and what's your sponsor think about that? You know what I'm saying? Lil Nas is somebody, I guess he's got a follower, and he's got everybody on him. So I guess it's really sad. So the real name is Montero Lamar Hill, and he's a Howard-winning American rapper, singer, and songwriter. So you understand? So they knew him for his country influence. So he rose to fame in 2019. You heard about that, Old Town Road. You know what I'm saying? So shame on you, Lil Nas. I don't know what's breakdown. Yeah, it's mental health too. I'm not trying to put the guy down. Sometimes you do have mental health issue to stay on the top of your game, especially on that hip hop, that urban music. And also, I don't know if you've been pushed out by other people to walk in. I don't know. I don't know if it's a publicity stunt, but I think it's mostly mental health. You know what I'm saying? We're going to pray for him, and hopefully he's going to change his mind, and hopefully he's going to be in a good path, we do have other concern on the news. So they're saying also was an ICE arrest. They said somebody, $1 million lawsuit over allegedly racial profiling. So they're saying it's a 15-year-old, and they said they arrest him outside high school, Arleta High School. So they said that's prompted the family to file a $1 million claim against the Trump administration. So apparently, allegedly, they said it's unconstitutional racial profiling. So it's not in the Constitution to do that. So it's like you say, it's so sad. It's so sad. So they say they do have also another tip. They have a picture essay, so they had some, how could I say that, exhibit of, the past 3 months and picture the ICE raid immigration, So what is good with LA, they're always trying to come up with new ideas, trying to help people to cope with that difficult moment. You still have 4 years to do that, You still have 4 years. So It's it's gonna be and if you go there, I forgot the address, but we're gonna try to find you the address, and it's just like they're doing a photo exhibit of of these raids. It's so sad. It's so sad. In the meantime, I wanted to say, in the meantime, the school is back for these kids, grown-up people too go to school, for sure. So, yeah, it's the Los Angeles Unified School District. They said the nation's largest school district. So they officially start the 2025-26 school year on Monday, August 18. You know what I'm saying? August 18. So, there's other districts also started. So Santa Monica, Long Beach, Anaheim, etc., Santa Ana, Apparently they said the focus of the school this year is mostly the student mental health, the post-pandemic recovery, and bilingual education expansion, and safety security measure, So I'll say on the cultural side, they said many campuses are also integrated Olympic team program ahead of the 2028 Los Angeles Olympic. So they're encouraging sports, arts, and global exchange. Yeah, I went to school in Santa Ana. Let me tell you, you have to be, ready, mentally ready to focus in school. If you have nothing in your belly, that's gonna not even any message will not pass through your head, and I say that the message will not pass, and you will not comprehend, you will not understand, cope with the teacher saying. You're gonna have a hunger and say, hey, why my head is not focusing and I'm not focusing. You gotta rest too. You gotta rest, you gotta go sleep early. So you gotta discipline yourself in order to, to be a good scholar, to be a good student, to finish that. And I don't know if you wanna pursue high school or college, university. I've done it all, I've done it all. So some of them I didn't finish, I gotta be honest with you, but what I finished, that's the one I like with passion. I'm saying, you already know it's television. I finished in television in college, so I'm really fortunate to have that passion. So yeah, that's being said, people. We're happy those kids go and go back to school, and we know we don't want to hear nothing, no, scuffle, no, problems. I'm sure there will be problems, but before you starting something, kids, believe me, saying, hey, is it the worst situation? I got nice school, I got education, I got a roof under my head. There's some people who don't have that. I'm not trying to say everything is going to be smooth. Not everything is going to be smooth, especially when you're going to school. You don't have, all the adequate, system to do. So you have to maybe ask for help sometimes too. Ask for help, and don't be scared to ask for help. You never know. And if you have you can't study where you at, I suggest you again to ask for help. Wow, this week was really a long week because, like I said, I was doing the sidewalk vendor. I'm still doing that at Golden West. I'm really fortunate, to be part of that community, and also LA. The city of LA gave me also the rights, because I pay and I did some, I registered my LLC, and I'm doing now sidewalk vendor. It's really, you own your own bus, you're going on your own time, but you have to find the product people like. Yeah, you could copy what's good. Also, you could copy what's good, but sometimes you have to have, you have to be experienced, and if you're learning, you got to learn from the best, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to give you some tips also, some tips about, how to become a good sidewalk vendor and how to get the license too, Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. So yeah, let's start. The advantage of sidewalk vending. So that's they provide income for most likely low wage worker. They say immigrant and people who may not qualify for traditional jobs. So maybe like me, people with high skills. Getting a toehold on the market, so they have to go, be themselves, you know what I'm saying? So it's provide income for highly educated people too, people who have a business idea and they can't go and, renting space, blah, blah, blah. So it's a low startup cost compared to opening a restaurant or a store. So there's a cultural value, especially in LA. So most likely you're going to bring authentic food. Some people specialize in that. Some people are real artists. They bring their craft and then to the public place. You know what I'm saying? So most likely LA identify as a diverse, multicultural city. It's community access. The community, if you're good, they're gonna come to you every weekend. I do that every weekend, every Saturday, and I might gonna, go for full-fledged like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I need to pay the bills, and I need to find a way to pay that. So I don't want to be, relying and there's some company who don't really take you as a number, who don't respect you what you are. So it's you got to find what's your niche. Like you got to be affordable so you could rebuy and replenish that. What I do because I study computer, I'm good at computers, so I have to look for around. And sometimes this computer is broken. I have to purchase the housing. I got to update the OS. Small RAM. I got to put some little bit of work and sell it. You know what I'm saying? Buy cheap and sell, because put in context. Swap meet is there's some expensive stuff. But if you want people to come, you got to put a price like they could come. Okay, so swap meet, okay. Most of the time, I've been doing that maybe for a month or 2 months. I have customer asking me, do you have that? Do you have FireWire? Do you have a router, compatible with Spectrum? Guess what? I got 2 routers compatible with Spectrum. So when hopefully he's going to come next week, and I'm going to give him, I told him, to come back. It's, I'm going to give him a really low price, you know what I'm saying? So, so most likely there's a legal size with that too. I mean, recognition and regulation. So most likely they're saying since 2018, California SB 946, the Safe Sidewalk Vending Act. So they decriminalize that statewide. So they're not going to give you a ticket. You're not going to go to prison because you're selling. I'm saying you're selling. You can't do illegal business. I'm telling you, the sometimes people, I got some stuff for you really cheap. You don't want to push the narrative of stolen goods and resell them, and then, I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm not into that, me. So, you know what I'm saying? So I don't do that, and I don't push that narratives, people stealing stuff and they come to you and you're going to buy them. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. So get your license, legalize yourself, and stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the LA now offer permits, so the vendor can operate legally. So the increasing fairness and reducing fear of police crackdown. So this is what is good in LA. So they want to help people. They want to help the diversity. They want to help people who don't know what to do. Yeah, don't start your your illegal business in that corner, because that's a no-no also. You know, so they're saying there's a challenge too. There's always a challenge. So the vendor face high permit fees, health department requirement complicate regulation. Sometimes they find hard to navigate. They operate informally, like they operate in the shadow. So for the food vendor, I don't have the food vendor yet, but I'm trying to get my feet wet, and then I'm gonna try to go to the food vendor. But it's mostly complying with the county L code, like refrigeration, hand washing, food handling, and already you got to get good equipment. You got to get a way of doing that, and it's got to be clean, sanitized. So you don't want to spread any germs when people eating your taco or when people eating your barbecue grill. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we come back after more publicity stunt. Stay tuned, people. Thank you to come back, people. So for those of you who wants to be involved into broadcasting, you want to be involved in recording, you want to be involved to have your own show, you're at the right place. Don't forget, it's located at 117 West Victoria Street in Long Beach. They call it the Padnet TV, the hub. Google that, So without them, I will never have my show. I will never be on the air. So they help me to network. They help me to, get new skills. They help me to, overcome my barriers. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, don't be shy and stop delaying your higher, passion. Stop delaying that. So we were talking about vendor, sidewalk vending act, all that. So yes, sometimes you got to be safety is a rule. You got to be safe also. Sometimes they could complain about the sidewalk is blocked because of your merchandise, because of the way you set up your stuff. So they don't want to see overcrowding near school, the transit station, stadium. You got to be careful. So even they say it's legal, the permit is inconsistent. So vendor without permit can still face fine and confiscation. So confiscation, that's mean they're going to take all. I seen people doing tacos, a big lineup. I heard somebody who had in Long Beach, he's been there maybe 1 year or 2 years. They always told him, hey, please get your license. Get your license. And he didn't care. So I saw it on my eyes with my own two eyes. They took all the equipment, like around, I could say $20,000 equipment worth of equipment. And next day he came back. So I guess some people, they really like don't care. They like to work on the shadow. They like to work as illegal. So that's a no-no. Please don't do that. So they will be the code enforcement. Code enforcement will be there watching you. They have eyes. They have spies too. So just be careful. Just be careful, like I told you. The bottom line, the sidewalk vending boosts your economy and also the LA economy, so that preserve the culture and give low-income entrepreneur a chance to thrive, a chance to, shine. It's what it is. It's a net positive for LA culture and economy. That's what it is. That's what I'm doing. I'm happy. I receive it fast, and right now I'm doing retail. It's really good for me. It's really good. So if you want to get some numbers, yes, I got some numbers, but I got some good numbers, matter of fact. But it's the thing. You gotta always reload. You gotta always to rebuy, to replenish your merchandise to make sure people are gonna come back to you. Sometimes it's the same stuff. What is good for me right now is keyboard. People love that. Oh, do you have any keyboard? I've been selling keyboard like very good. Maybe one every weekend. So I find my niche. I found what I like also. And if you think it's what people do, you have to copy that. It's up to you. It's up to you. Sometimes you do it better. Sometimes you're lacking of, you're lacking. So you need to ask these people, hey, how do you do that? If they want to help you. I like competition. I will always help you. So it's almost done, people. I wanted to tell you, thank you very much to be on my channel. And please subscribe. I would like to get, that, higher subscribing, what I'm saying? And don't forget to go to Padnet TV, the hub. That's their, they're located in Long Beach. And you'll be on channel, you'll be on how could I say that? You'll be on cable TV. I know people say, "Oh, what it's on cable? It's so obsolete." Well, why? Hey, I'm gonna tell you. You need to have different distribution deal. Spectrum 32, Frontier 41, plus internet, plus Facebook, Instagram. So you can't really dwell on that. Oh, it's public access. It's no good. That's a sign of you lacking of education. You ignorant. That means I'm not gonna put too much of thought in your mind. Please go there, call them,